Hi, I'm Jenny Eagle, reporter for LEEA. We recently had the pleasure of bumping into an industry veteran at LiftEx in Liverpool. He may be now in retirement, but he came to show his support at the show, and this is what he had to say.
My name's Denis Hogan. I used to work for LEEA up until I retired in October 2020. Before that, I worked for Bryden and Certex. And before that, I worked in the steel industry in Sheffield. I started work in 1972 in the steel industry, and I had 48 years in total. There are so many things that have happened since I started work, and the first important thing that happened was that legislation was brought in to govern health and safety, the Health and Safety at Work, etc. Act, which didn't exist in 1972 when I first started working. The steel industry in those days was considered to be somewhere dangerous to work. Lifting equipment wasn't controlled. People's health and safety was not the first thing that management thought about, but the Health and Safety at Work, etc. made a big impact upon that to change people's attitude. I think the main challenge today is making sure that the people who leave the industry after having 48 years within it pass on that knowledge to other people. You've got to have some sort of succession planning. There's not enough interest and emphasis placed upon young people coming into the industry who need to be trained and need to get this information so that ultimately they can pass it on to people later on in their life. This is the first time I've been back since I retired. Fortunately, I retired during COVID, so it kind of put paid to me saying goodbye to people properly. This is the first opportunity I've had to come back and see some old friends, some old colleagues, and just hopefully meet some new people who are coming into the industry and pass on a bit of my knowledge to them. I don't miss the work, but I really miss the people. And that's what work is all about. It's about people, interacting with them, sharing ideas, learning, passing on information. And even after 48 years within the industry, I can still learn something new today about what the industry is about. I can tell you what it used to be like. I can't tell you what the future's going to be, but I don't think it will be very good unless people put more emphasis on training new people coming into the industry and putting together a training program for graduates and for apprentices. I spend my time with my wife, traveling the world when I can on holidays. We've got 2 young grandchildren. That takes up a lot of my time, and I guess I do whatever my wife wants me to do. Times move on, things change. When I left the industry, I like to think I had a pretty good grasp of what was happening from a legislation point of view and all the standards. Being away for 3 years means that I am not up to date with any of that. So I don't believe that I am as in touch with that side of it. However, from the practical point of view, I can still tell you how to sew a webbing sling, how to make a wire rope sling with either hand splicing or with a mechanical splice. So I've still got something to offer, I suppose.
And do you think health and safety in the workplace still needs to be a priority?
Absolutely. It always has been and always will be. You want to go out to work in the morning and need to know that you're going to arrive safely back at home in the evening. And that applies to your colleagues as well. The Health and Safety at Work Act places greater emphasis on making sure that you protected yourself and others. And that's the important thing, others. You look after your workmates and they look after you.